So this is where I've parked up here at Kingston on the Murray. Sun's starting to go down. Terrific. The budgies amongst the trees, gone crazy. G'day, Goose here. Join me as I visit a forgotten town on the mighty Murray River in South Australia. I check out the national park campsites that do surprise me. And stay tuned as I reveal some amazing history about the old ferry. So sit back, relax, and let's get into it. Here are some of the weirdest things you see when you're out in the riverland. I'm just at Kingston on the Murray River. I'm just past this place. Have a look at it. All the bits and pieces. He made it look like things, and check it out. Really like there. Bird boxes in the trees. G'day, Goose here. I'm now at a place called Kingston on the Murray River here in South Australia. Now they call it Kingston on the Murray because here in South Australia we've got two Kingstons. One's Kingston on the Murray, one's Kingston southeast. So one's a seaport, and because we've got Kingston on the Murray's on the Murray River. It's a smallish town. I don't think there's much around as in convenience wise, as in stores, etc. Shops, petrol stations, I don't think there's much around. I'm actually at the end of the road as you come in. You drive through Kingston and you go right to the end of the road and there's a national park. Now there's about 4 or 5 campsites in the national park, but I've actually parked just outside the national park. There's a bit of a boat ramp just over there beyond those bushes there. There's a bit of a little old boat ramp that's over there, and heading that way we've got the national park, and this is my view. Now somebody's come down here, must be their favourite spot, I don't know, but they've put up some homemade signs. No camping, fishing only. It's definitely not legal. But who's camping anyway? I'm just parking. But that's the view I've got from the van. It's not too bad. I've had better. I've had worse. So that's where I am at the moment. So the rods are out. It's not quite frothy time, but I'll tell you what, it's getting very close. I think it's about 4:30. Probably stay a night and see what happens. And Barbara's only a stone's throw over there. Now I'm probably going to get some bit of a traffic noise because just over there through the trees you can see the brown earth. That's the actual Kingston Bridge that goes over the Murray into Barbara. So that's probably why there's not much around here, because Barbara's only a stone's throw away, a 5-minute drive just down the road. So we get all your shops and things like that, you know, anything you need is at Barbara, petrol, etc, etc. And we're getting close now to the bigger towns of Ferry and Renmark. But I'm not going to go there yet. I'll be heading, when I do leave here, I'll be heading out further towards Loxton and Lirrup and coming in that way, coming in the other side. You wouldn't believe what happened to me as I was coming to Kingston. I checked out another camping spot that I thought might be good to have a look at. I didn't, like I said, I didn't like it. But coming out, I don't go very fast in this rig, especially when it comes to dirt roads. And I'm only doing about 20 kilometres an hour, and next day 2 kangaroos decided to play chicken with me. Just bounced in front of me like it was just a walk in the park. Lucky I was going slow enough, and they were actually going faster than I was. Here at Kingston on the Murray, the only problem we might have is the trucks. Because we're about, well, I'm going to say maybe 400, 500 metres from the bridge, from the Kingston Bridge. And one of the things they're not supposed to do is use their air brakes. Unfortunately, some do. And you can hear it just rattling away. So I'll find out during the night if I'm going to get a restless night's sleep or a decent night's sleep. But definitely some of the trucks that go across that bridge use their air brakes coming down. So but apart from that, have a look at this. It's just getting, what's about 7:30. Sun starting to go down. Terrific. I wonder if you got that fish jumping across the river then. Yeah, so it's a bit of an okay spot. I'll probably go for a wander down the national park tomorrow and have a look what's in there. Apparently there's 4 or 5 campsites that are in there, and we'll see what happens. But it's definitely just a one night stay, I think. Do a bit of fishing, sit back, relax. As I speak, I'm getting a bite. The bells are going. I get lazy sometimes. As you can see, the bells on the top of my rods lets me know I'm a fish biting. especially when I'm having a frothy. So this is where I've parked up here at Kingston on the Murray. Not a bad little spot. We're just at the entrance of the national park. There are campsites in there. We're going to go for a walk in there and see what they're about. And we're at the end of the road when you come into Kingston on the Murray, when you drive through. We've gone right down the end, a couple of little houses down the end, and there's a boat ramp. And that's it, down the end. So another early morning on the mighty Murray. Just sitting outside the van, having a coffee. A couple of fishermen cruising by. The budgies amongst the trees, gone crazy. Absolutely a heap of budgies around here. Did the noise from the road keep me awake last night? No. Actually didn't hear it much at all. So wasn't too bad of a place here at Kingston on the Murray. Very quiet actually, considering that the road's just over there. I did have a visit during the night. I caught a few fish, and you can actually see where they've dragged the bigger fish. Something has dragged the bigger fish from the bank to the water. So I'd say a water rat come up during the night and grab one of the fish. This camp spot's not too bad. I'll show you more detail. Probably go for a bit of a walk this morning again, down to the campsite to see what they're actually all about. So I'm going for a bit of a stroll through the Kingston Murray River National Park. They've Here we are. As I said, I'm parked at the entrance, but go for a stroll and have a look, see what's about. Now this is the first one I've actually come to that I've actually seen this sign. A lot of the camp places I've walked through or driven through, drove through I should say, have no signage stating that it must be booked. But I have noticed this one where it says campsites must be booked. All the rest didn't have that sign that I've been through so far. But anyway, you know the rules. When I'm walking through scrub like this, I know it's a coolish day today, there's not much sun out. I still watch where I'm walking to, not looking in the camera. So I'll switch you around and you can see where I'm walking to. This is where I'm walking into. National Park, the river's just over there, Murray River. Let's see what campsites they got down here. The track in looks fairly sandy, but there is patches I can see already that if it gets wet it could be a bit slippery. This campsite one just here. Just stick your nose in and have a look. Hey, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Someone's even left some firewood. That is not bad. Okay, let's have a look at the next one. I've seen some campsites that we travelled so far, and honestly, they want $14 or $15, wherever they are, for a sloping area. But that was actually one of the better ones I've seen in my travels so far. For memory, it's about $14 or something for to stay in the national parks. There's campsite 2. Again, has a fire pit. Campsite 3. It's not real good access to the river unless you bring a machete down and chop away some of those reeds. Maybe needs a bit of a clean up, but again, not too bad. I have noticed a lot of them too, just over there they have a poles, probably where you can tie your boats and up, etc. Because you've got campsite 4 just next to it. This one looks quite inviting as well. It's quite a nice little campsite this one is too. So there's some potential. I'd say out of the 4 campsites, so far 1 and 4 have got my attention. So this is how close I am to the entrance to the national park. Now I've just been for a walk through. Yeah, 4 campsites. 2 really good, 2 maybe. $15. And you have to book online before you go in there. So honestly, my advice, if you feel like paying $15 to stay in the national park, go for drive-through first, find out what sites are available, pick the best ones, and then contact them and pay your fee. But this, I'm not about this. I'm about saving money, travelling, free parking for as little as possible. So there's the entrance, and there's where I am. Nice little parking spot, nice little camping area, bit of shade right next to the river. Better than what they had back there. Cost me nothing. Zero, zip. Alright, I may stay for a night. So it just goes to show you can pay $15 that way, or for not even 50 metres, something like that there. Look, I wouldn't, be honest, I wouldn't be pitching tents or anything like that here and camping, you know, getting the rigs up and sitting there for weeks on end. Different story, then you go back in the national park and do it down there. But just for a day or two, cost me nothing. Great place, decent fishing, got a couple of fish yesterday. Terrific. That's how you do it. And the money I save by not going in the national park, for example, if I was going, say, 2 days in the national park, that's $30 per car, per vehicle. That $30, I can go to the butcher, baker, and spend local. Or just, there's a lot of market stalls all around this area that sell citrus and fruit and veg. Stop there, grab some food, support the locals. The money you pay for the conservation parks goes in the government coffers. Alright, it does pay some wages for the staff and stuff like that, but honestly, what I've seen so far, they don't look after their campsites very well. These are one of the best 2 I've seen for a while. The rest they charge you $15 for a piece of dirt that's 4-wheel drive, sandy, boggy, and access to rivers, sometimes on a 6-foot drop down to the water edge and things like that. So, and underneath these humongous gum trees is where I'm parked right now. There's only small ones, but I did notice down there's a couple of big ones along there on one of the camp spots, which was a definite no-no. But I have pulled up at some, looked up, big gum trees. I went no. And they want $15 to stay there, or $12, $15 to stay there. I parked under a gum tree. Not happening. Now, as I've just come back for a bit of a stroll along the river, I haven't even realised I'm actually parked. Now that's an old ferry landing. Look across the other side. Here's the pillars for the ferry. This is the old ferry landing before they built the bridge. Now, I don't know when that bridge was built, but I don't know when they stopped using this ferry. But just realised it. The old Kingston ferry landing. And not one ferry landing, actually 2. I've just done the research on the Kingston on the Murray ferries, and yes, 1922 to 1969 they were in operation. In 1969 apparently there used to be around a 2.5 hour wait to cross the ferries, so the government decided to build the bridge. And in 1973, the ferry system was put out of action, was shut down, and the bridge was open. 2.5 hours in 1969 to wait to cross the ferry. Absolutely crazy. No wonder they built the bridge. 2 ferries, 2.5 hour wait. Unbelievable. Well, that's another video done and dusted. I hope you like it, and don't forget to click the like button, subscribe, and click on the notification bell. So stay safe, and I'll see you on the next one.